Guys, today on People Now, Harry, Meghan, and their new royal baby make their first appearance together. Hear what the couple saying to reporters about their adorable new baby boy.
From Black Panther to African Samurai, Chadwick Boseman is set to make movie history again.
Billy Bush is back. In a People exclusive, Billy speaking out about having a new show after that Trump tape scandal.
The 2019 Sports Illustrated swimsuit covers have been revealed. Two of the models from this year's issue tell us how this edition is breaking molds.
Plus,
it's get closer, closer, closer to you.
country star Carly Pearce is here talking about life, love, and her new music.
Live today on People Now. Let's go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to People Now. Guys, breaking news here.
Super exciting stuff.
Just learned the name of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's royal newborn. Here it is. Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor.
Wow.
Anyone who bet on that just won like $8 zillion. This comes after the baby's debut on Wednesday. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepped out for the first time with little Archie at St. George's Hall in Windsor Castle. If you remember, this is where they had their royal wedding reception nearly 1 year ago.
It's starting to grow on me. I like Archie. Okay, and new mom Meghan is definitely basking in that baby bliss. Take a look.
It's magic. It's pretty amazing, and I mean, I have the two best guys in the world, so I'm really happy.
We're just so thrilled to have our own little bundle of joy, to be able to spend some precious times with him as he slowly starts to grow up.
Oh man, I love hearing from them. And they're just so honest and real in that moment.
The glow on their faces is real.
Joining us now to chat through baby's big debut and to update us on everything that we know so far is People's senior news editor, Erin Hill. Erin, thanks for being here.
Hey guys.
Good to see you.
Just in time.
Let's talk about the thing that everybody is talking about right now.
Yes.
Let's get into the name, right?
Name.
Archie Harrison. Are you shocked by this?
I am surprised,
Yeah.
but what we predicted, a little bit of a mix of tradition, some a modern choice, a little American and British too.
Right.
So what we know so far, Harrison, very literally means Harry's son.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Archie, we don't know the meaning yet, but it is a very American thing to name your
maybe
kid a
that's the
nickname
Sure,
instead of
okay.
Archibald or a full name.
And then Mountbatten is a well-known name
Mountbatten
for...
is, yes, it is a descendant of the Queen, Lord Louis Mountbatten. Of course, Prince Louis was named after him as well. So Lord Mountbatten was a mentor to Prince Charles, so this is a nod to him.
Okay.
And then Windsor, of course, another surname for the royal family and also their home and where baby Sussex will grow up.
All right, so no title was announced with it. Could one be coming in the future, or is this a sign that maybe the baby will not have one of those
It's possible.
titles?
I think that it didn't come with this announcement means there is no title, which is what we were expecting. We weren't expecting a prince or princess title. This is what Princess Anne also decided to do with her children, not to give them titles so they have more of a normal upbringing.
Right.
So it's not a surprise.
We've discussed this a little bit in our royal record leading up to this moment, that it could be a distinction that the Queen decides later or something like that, but because they're further down in the line of succession, it's not necessarily a given.
Exactly.
So, all right.
Okay.
Today's reveal, of course, 2 days after Archie was born. In addition to seeing him for the first time, we also got a little hint from his parents about maybe some personality already peeking through. What kind of baby is he, that according to what they said?
So this is a really calm baby. Meghan has said that Archie is calm, sweet-natured, really kind of mellow disposition, and it kind of speaks to how Harry and Meghan were before the birth of the baby. They said there were just no anxiety before the birth, just chill, hanging out at home, and it seems that transferred on to
That was a good
little
moment.
Archie.
Very chill moment there.
Very chill moment. Archie
Sleeping
looked like
throughout
he was
his
sleeping.
first photo
Yes. But baby's personalities changed, so it's very interesting.
Rapidly,
to see.
too, so
Rapidly
get ready.
in those first couple of days. Okay, let's talk about what everyone else is talking about as well. His appearance and who he takes after in the photo that we just saw. So it's kind of hard to tell, but do we have any ideas who the baby looks like?
So Harry himself said they're still trying to figure that out. They know that babies will change so much within that first month. But just by looking at that close shot, I'm seeing a little Meghan there in the nose.
The cute little button nose, yes. I'm seeing a little color as well. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. What I want to see is, can we please just lift the hat off?
Right, you were talking about that yesterday,
wanna
to
see
see
the
the hair, the
face.
But you
texture.
have to imagine they're in Windsor Castle. It's probably pretty drafty, so they're keeping baby nice and
Keeping
cozy.
baby nice and cozy,
Cozy.
and man, he looks so sweet there. The more I say Archie, the more I like
Archie,
it.
It's such a cute
It's very
name.
cute, and that we're going to be saying it in the context of the royal family and
will.
everything is really great.
Yeah.
So after the photo call, they were off to introduce Archie to some very important people. We have the sweetest photo. Let's see it. Big moment. Talk us through this. Here we go.
Moment.
Yeah, so this is huge. We've got Doria in there, Meghan's mother. She's, of course, already met the royal family from the wedding. The Queen meeting her great-grandson, Prince Philip, who is making a rare appearance. We haven't seen him for a while since he retired from royal duty a couple years ago. So everyone crowding around little Archie. It's just an adorable, candid, sweet moment.
Already looks like a classic photo, doesn't it?
This moment is breathtaking. Never in a million years did I think I would see a black woman with her mixed-race daughter showing off her great-granddaughter
to the Queen.
I mean,
Incredible.
it is absolutely incredible. Okay, so all the royal fans out there, I know we noticed this. There's a little detail that we saw with the blanket. Archie was wearing something that looks very familiar.
I mean,
so
you have to be pretty eagle-eyed.
Yeah, you got to. If you're a fan,
Yes.
you know. And so, Erin, I know you know about this. What's the significance here?
So this blanket is from G.H. Hurt & Son, which is a brand that has long been used by the royals. The Queen used it on her babies, Diana on William and Harry, and Kate on all three of hers. So this is a new blanket line for Archie that they designed. So making its debut.
I love it. Another thing that we all noticed that we absolutely loved was that dress. Meghan's a trench dress. Talk to me about it, what we know about the designer.
So Meghan, this is a signature style for her. It's a surprise, certainly. She's coming out in a belted white trench dress style, and this is one of her signatures.
She looks incredible.
So here she is. This one's designed by Grace Wales Bonner. It's a London-based British designer, born in London to a Jamaican father and English mother, so biracial as well. So obviously Meghan, you know, she thinks about these things before she wears and makes a debut.
She's doing things a little bit different.
It's also one of those things about her that she's, from the start, realized the significance of her position, and little subtle tips and nods to cause-related things, social issues, things like that, always important to her. It makes you kind of think back all the royal newborn debuts in history, right? We've actually got some of them I believe we're going to be taking a look at. We know Harry and Meghan like to do things their own way. In what ways was this debut especially different?
The most notable difference is the fact that Harry is the one carrying the baby. And all the other photos, it's the mother.
See that.
So this is definitely a nod, I think, to the fact that Meghan is an outspoken feminist. She had said Harry is a feminist as well. So they're kind of switching those, you know, gender norms of the mother having to come out holding the baby. Harry's doing it. And Meghan's supporting right there by, you know, lovingly putting an arm around them.
And Harry looked like he was such in his element.
Oh, yeah.
He also had that new dad glow. But hats off to Meghan for stepping out a few days after her pregnancy. You could tell she's probably still in a little pain. So for her to show us that.
I mean, and so much grace and poise, and so, they're both so put together, but especially her, my goodness. Congrats to them.
Erin, thank you so much for coming by with that breaking news. And guys, make sure to check out this week's issue of People. It's on newsstands Friday for all the details on Archie Harrison, Mountbatten, Windsor. Woo, that's a mouthful, but so beautiful. The sweetest baby photos of Harry and Meghan and so much more.
All right, well, we have got some really exciting news for Chadwick Boseman fans as the star is trading in his Black Panther claws for some samurai swords.
That's right. Boseman is going to play the first African samurai in history in a new movie. According to Deadline, the actor will play Yasuke, who was the first African to set foot on Japanese soil and was given the title of samurai in the 16th century after befriending and impressing a Japanese warlord.
A really interesting story. Boseman tells Deadline that it's not just an action movie. He calls it a cultural event that he's excited to be a part of. Narcos writer Doug Miro is writing the script. No release date has been announced as of yet.
I'm already so excited. And the announcement got Twitter hyped up, though, at the prospect of Boseman playing a samurai. So do you remember, Jeremy, the action sequences and Black Panther? This is going to be amazing.
And honestly, he's the perfect guy for the job. He's so talented. And meanwhile, though, one fan pointing out that Boseman is always ready to play a black lead of historical significance. Why not? He's a great actor. You remember him from the famous baseball player Jackie Robinson in the movie 42. That's when I first interviewed him. Such a great performance. You could tell he was going to be a big star even then.
Absolutely. I also remember him from the James Brown movie.
Yes.
Phenomenal. Another fan was not able to contain their excitement about the news, replying to the announcement with this gif. You know what, guys? I can totally relate to this. As an African myself, hearing this story and understanding all of this from Mozambique is super amazing. I can't control my emotions here.
And that gif, it does perfectly kind of sum it up. All right, one Twitter user urged fans to turn out for the new Yasuke movie the same way they did for Black Panther. Honestly, I can see it happening. I feel like a lot of people are going to really rally around this.
Another global success I see here. And he is such a star, just like you said. And this is the first time African Americans will truly be able to see a samurai on screen. And I really do expect fans to show up for this movie. And just like I said, not just African African Americans, but like black people, white people, all over the
I
world.
will be showing up. There'll be
Same.
a lot of rallying for support for this one. We'll be looking out.
Absolutely.
Here we go, some huge news. Emmy and Grammy-winning comedian Dave Chappelle will receive the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor at the Kennedy Center this fall. Now, the Mark Twain Prize is presented to individuals who have impacted American society with their comedy and humor, someone who's impacted society in ways similar to Mark Twain himself. That's the official kind of statement about it. Dave Chappelle will be the 22nd recipient of that award.
Oh, and Dave is in good company. Okay, so let's go through some past winners. They include Richard Pryor, Carl Reiner, George Carlin. We also have Whoopi Goldberg, Tina Fey, Ellen DeGeneres, and some other winners in the past have been Bob Newhart, Lily Tomlin, Lorne Michaels. I mean, the list goes on and on. A very illustrious group.
Absolutely. Julia Louis-Dreyfus was honored with the award in 2018 for her work on Seinfeld, The New Adventures of Old Christine, and most recently, of course, Veep, which wraps its 7th and final season on Sunday, May 12th. We'll be watching.
Can't wait for that. Dave Chappelle has been entertaining people since he was a teenager. Did you know that he opened up for Aretha Franklin herself? He claims that she wasn't fond of him because he didn't show up for mic check.
I love that story.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
she's not having it.
Well, she's a perfectionist. She's the queen. You got to show
Yeah.
up for mic check. Now, his claim to fame was his stellar comedy show, Chappelle Show. And there's so many favorite sketches that I have from that show. Tyrone Bigham's comes to mind. What's yours?
The Netflix special that he just recently did, when that came out, the two-parter, I binged right through it, loved it. I mean, he has a way of doing things.
Absolutely.
It's him, no matter what.
He is a talent for sure. It's always him, just
Yeah.
like you said. Dave will be honored in Washington, D.C. That is his hometown on October 27th. The evening is expected to broadcast on PBS in January 2020, so that's when you can watch it.
Great show to watch. Kennedy Center President Deborah F. Rutter said this about Dave in a statement, quote, "Dave is the embodiment of Mark Twain's observation that against the assault of humor, nothing can stand. For 3 decades, Dave has challenged us to see hot-button issues from his entirely original yet relatable perspective." That was her quote there.
That's 100% spot on. Being a Mark Twain recipient is a huge, huge honor, but Dave has been somewhat of a winning streak since the last 2 years. He's won 2 Emmys, you guys, one for hosting SNL and one for his 2018 Netflix special that Jeremy was just talking about. He's also won a Grammy for his best comedy album in 2018. He also recently made an appearance in the wildly successful A Star is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. It's so good to see him come back, especially knowing that he walked away for a little bit and then he's coming back and he's winning so good.
This whole reinvention, that Mark Twain Prize is the Super Bowl ring for comedians. It's a really big deal. Congratulations to Dave. Let's move on to this. In this week's People magazine, Billy Bush is opening up exclusively nearly 3 years after the bombshell tape that almost ended his career, announcing he will host a new show called Extra Extra on Fox. That's coming up in September.
That's right. In 2016, the 47-year-old anchor was fired from the Today Show for a tape that was unearthed from 2005, in which President Trump made lewd comments about women while Bush laughed along.
Now, if you don't remember, this was, of course, the infamous tape where the president said, "Grab him by the blank." Bush tells people he used his forced hiatus as a time of self-reflection, but admits he still felt frustrated at times. He explained, quote, "The irony is glaring about where Donald Trump ended up and where I ended up. He has the #1 job in the world, and he's the guy who did all the talking."
Yeah, a few years removed from the Today Show, Bush will make his television return as host and producer of Extra Extra on Fox this fall. The show will be an evolution of the famed Extra brand. It is going to cover sports, entertainment, and politics. The current version of Extra, hosted by Mario Lopez, will be ending after the current season. Describing the new show, Bush says, quote, "It isn't like anything you've ever seen before. The show is getting a major facelift," adding with enthusiasm, "I'm ready for this. This is the next step." But Bush wasn't always ready to get back on his feet after public backlash, telling people, quote, "I fell completely apart, but a good wallop on the side of the head changes you, and I'm a better version of the man I was." I think we all need it once in a while.
So listen to this. In a state of a bit of turmoil, Bush actually took advice from his first cousin, President George W. Bush, who called him 3 days after his firing. Billy remembers asking his cousin, G.W. Bush, "What do I do? I need to fight." To which George W. Bush replied, "No, it isn't worth it. You have an opportunity here to just live and accept the fact that you're not extraordinary. It's going to be fine."
It's going to be
Very
fine.
honest advice.
Very
right?
honest and real advice. Billy says that he then came to a realization saying, quote, "Nobody likes a victim. I'm not a victim. It was a bad moment and I was in it. I went a little too far and I know that. But one moment doesn't have to define your life."
Now, in the years since the fallout, Bush has also learned to adjust to his new family life, taking taking care of his kids and maintaining an amicable relationship with their mother. Bush and his estranged wife, Sydney, separated in 2017 after nearly 20 years of marriage. However, Bush says things are good between them. He says, my relationship with her is the most important, and her considerations and needs will always come first for me.
A lot of growth there. Bush says he's also deepened his relationship with his 3 daughters, 20-year-old Josie, 18-year-old Mary, and 14-year-old Lily. Bush saying, quote, I was forced to slow down. It's fascinating to watch them become women.
I've been thinking a lot about this.
Talk to me.
What will the reaction be when he's first back? What do you think?
I think the ratings are going to tell everything we need to know. I think time lets things sort of fly under the surface and under the radar. So it's going to be interesting to see what women are going to think about it.
So a lot of things have happened since that moment, including the Weinstein scandal, the Matt Lauer scandal, all these other things that have kind of emerged that in some ways make his offense.
Do you think it diminishes his role a little bit?
It seems a little less. Okay. I mean, again, it's open for people to judge and make their decisions. I think the ratings, at the beginning at least, out of curiosity, will be big. We'll see if it holds.
Men lie, women lie, but numbers never lie.
Numbers never lie.
Numbers are going to show it.
All right, guys, let's talk about this. If you guys have scrolled through Twitter lately, you may have seen people talking about the newly released bridal Croc. Yes, you heard that right. You're seeing it. Your eyes are not deceiving you. A sparkly and stylish Croc meant for brides to wear on their big day.
I'm still conflicted, so I hope to come to a conclusion before the end of this. We're going to get into all the details a little later in the show, but first we want to know how you feel about it. Would you wear Crocs to your wedding? Vote right now in our People poll, or just tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow.
By the way, I imagine if you have a long dress, you wouldn't even see them anyway.
Yeah, but your posture is also affected by your heels. So if you're wearing Crocs, you might be just like, hey, y'all, welcome to my wedding. You don't want that in the photos.
I'm just going to say as an aside, my dad loves Crocs, and I wouldn't be surprised if he just rocks these for fun somehow.
Your dad could get away with it.
Take a look at how Twitter is reacting to these bridal Crocs in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Also coming up, we're celebrating the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue with 2 of the models featured in the new issue, including the first Muslim model to wear a bikini in that issue. Plus, we're talking to country singer Carly Pearce about her big CMT Music Award nomination, her wedding plans, new music, all of it coming up.
I heard this super interesting podcast on microdosing. Do you know about this? Okay. So we take a really small amount of MDMA, and apparently it can create this common experience that's like super bonding.
Maybe this isn't that kind of trip. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we have a big day tomorrow, and this is a marathon. It's not a sprint.
I thought it was a birthday weekend. Well, oh, okay. It's Rebecca's birthday. Anyway. You should download the podcast. It's super interesting. It's this amazing TED Talk, actually.
It sounds amazing.
I would do the podcast.
I'd love to listen to the podcast.
I did Molly in college, but she went back to her boyfriend.
Heyo! The very funny ladies from SNL are starring in the new Netflix movie Wine Country. Tina Fey, Anna Gasteyer, Rachel Dratch, Maya Rudolph, Paula Pell, and Amy Poehler, who directed the movie, just sat down with us to talk about the movie, their friendship, SNL, and yes, to drink a little vino.
Ooh. Wine Country was inspired by a real-life girls' trip that they take for each other's big birthdays, specifically Rachel Dratt's 50th birthday. JP, do you guys do this for your milestone birthday?
For my 30th, I had a big deal. My wife gave me a really big deal. I think every 10 years you got to do something.
Every
big, right?
10 years, I think every year is worth
like Andrea is out now doing
in
a big
London,
thing for
living her
30th,
best life.
kind of traveling. So yeah, you need to get out and do something, right?
Absolutely. So the women bond over advice that they give to each other. So for example, Maya Rudolph is the go-to person for bed bug advice. Who would have thought?
I mean, nice to know.
Yeah.
Each woman has her niche. The women, they text a lot. Rachel Dratch even revealed that they go to each other for comedy choices or consult with one another when there's an event that they have to write jokes for. I love that, this SNL sisterhood that actually exists behind the scenes.
And they're all so funny, so they're going to give you feedback in real time. So since wine was involved in their chat, the women obviously had to play a quick drinking game. They played Never Have I Ever, which is always revealing.
When asked, never have I ever drunk texted a celebrity, Tina Fey revealed a story that surprised her gal pals. The ladies also revealed some SNL host crushes or something kind of like that. Watch this.
Never have I ever drunk texted someone famous. Well, I've drunk texted all of these guys, and they're all famous.
I think I once accidentally, accidentally, Anna Winter.
Ooh.
Anna, wow!
By accident. Who did you think you were texting?
I don't remember. Somebody else named Anna. I don't know.
Anna,
we are not close. She's lovely.
I'm dying to know.
What did you write her?
Girl, you looked cute in those glasses.
I forget.
Yeah.
Girl, who cut your bob?
It was properly ignored. Politely ignored.
I texted her and said, "For his murder." Yeah, I said it.
Wow. Never have I ever had a crush on an SNL host.
Oh.
I mean, define crush. Like,
Come on, but had to be
You don't get to
somebody
know the
that
bad
you like.
part.
Bottle of wine's still going.
Yep, and you think that would be fun, but I was always married on the show, so.
yeah, same.
Yeah, but a crush. Like,
Not an actual- just a-
oh my God.
No, I had crushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one that I think you had.
I think you mentioned him yesterday.
I think I did.
Musical guest.
Brian
I'll
Williams.
tell you later.
Brian Williams.
Wait. I'm trying to think if I can think of one that I had, I'll name it. But
I had like a little fun like musical guest one once.
who was it?
What? I can't tell.
I guess we can't
Jack White.
Just a crush?
Find this out.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like from a
not that
talent perspective, we had a
you
lot
see
of
my
talent.
face?
Don't you feel like we had a lot of talent crushes? Like
Sure.
If
How could you not?
if somebody came to the show and they worked really hard and
Oh,
they
that always
like
gave me a
they-
talent boner.
I want to hang out with these ladies.
I know,
and you
right?
can too. If you want to see more of these hilarious ladies, check out Wine Country. It's streaming on Netflix May 10th.
All right, guys, big day for SI Swim fans. The 2019 Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover has been revealed, and turns out there are 3 of them.
Yeah.
Tyra Banks, Camille Kostick, and Alex Morgan all snagged an SI swimsuit cover spot this year.
That's right, Jeremy. Tyra Banks has come out of modeling retirement to grace the cover this year, more than 2 decades after being the first Black woman to snag a cover spot alone in 1997.
Now, Camille Kostick, a former New England Patriots cheerleader and Rob Gronkowski's girlfriend, landed a cover spot as a rookie. She was given the SI rookie title back in the fall of 2018. This is her first cover spot with Sports Illustrated.
She looks amazing. The last cover, well, it features soccer star Alex Morgan. This marks her 3rd appearance in the issue. There's been so much diversity between these 3 strong women, just as SI swimsuit editor MJ Day promised there would be this year.
Yeah, so be sure to stick around, guys. Even more Sports Illustrated swimsuit fun, because models Barbara Palvin and Halima Aden are joining us live to talk all about their spreads in the mag in just a bit. All right, we're taking a first look at Renée Zellweger in the upcoming movie Judy, where she's playing the Hollywood legend Judy Garland. In this week's issue of People, she's opening up about the intense prep that she went through to star in this movie.
That's right, Jeremy. To get ready for filming, Renée took music and choreography lessons. She made sure that she was all steadied up on Garland, who actually died from an accidental overdose at the age of 47.
Now, Renée says when there's a better understanding of what it takes for a person to continue under certain circumstances, there's a level of empathy and respect that you can't help but feel. That was her quote.
That was her quote. And the actress, you guys, is the spitting image of Garland. Just
That's
take a look
really
at that
impressive,
photo. It
right?
really is. But not without a little help from the makeup
Yeah,
department.
so Renée spent 2 hours a day getting prosthetics to resemble the Wizard of Oz star, and it worked.
It did. She even wore contact lenses and wigs to nail the look.
And guys, Judy is out September 27th.
It's that time of the year again. Now, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue cover has been revealed, and there are 3 of them.
That's right. Tyra Banks, Camille Kostick, and Alex Morgan all snagged a cover spot this year. And to celebrate the release, we are joined now by 2 of the gorgeous models featured in this year's issue, Barbara Palvin and Halima Aden. Thank you for being here.
Welcome. The excitement is real in the room.
I love your name. My daughter's name is Avon. It's close. It kind of like, right? It makes me feel connected. Anyway,
Kenyan
that's
connection there.
my personal connection. How are you feeling today, though? You do the shoots.
You speak really fast.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
People speak.
And I'm a little excited
you guys
because
are
we've got
models.
your models.
A little excited,
Okay,
that's
but see,
all.
English is not my first
Let me
language.
ask you this.
Slow it down.
Let me ask you this. You do the shoots. There's all of this buildup, and then boom, the magazines are out on stands, and you know that people can now see them.
And then we end up here with you again.
Right now you're here. What's your reaction? How does that feel to know it's finally out?
It's your first year. How do you
It's my first year. I still can't believe it. I'm like, all the feels.
Yeah.
So it's feeling of excitement,
Yeah.
you feel nervous. I'm sure there's a sense of accomplishment as well, right?
Yeah, so I'm just so grateful that SI featured me. I'm the first hijab-wearing, burkini-wearing girl to make a debut. So, woo!
We're gonna get to that in a second, yeah.
How about for you? How is it feeling?
Well, it's my 4th year, so I'm
Excuse me.
No, I'm still very excited, and I especially love my pictures this year, so
Yeah.
I'm very proud.
How about the covers? There's some diversity there. We got Tyra Banks back. Oh my goodness.
I could.
Yeah. What's your response to kind of seeing the rollout there of the 3 covers?
Well, I'm a soccer fan, so I'm
Are
very
you?
excited for the 3rd cover, Alex. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Okay.
And I'm a big Tyra fan, so I'm so excited for Tyra.
They all look really, really good. So Halima, let's talk about you for a second. You're the first Sports Illustrated model to wear both a hijab and a burkini in the annual swimsuit spread. So congratulations on that. How did you react when you first got the news that you would be featured in this year's issue?
I think kind of like you probably would. Yeah. I just screamed for like 10 minutes straight. And then it was like, okay, this is happening. And then I went back and stalked Ashley's to see how she posed.
You mean me?
Yeah, I mean Barbara.
Barbara was your reference. There it is.
Yeah, Barbara.
What did your family think when you told them about being in the magazine?
Well, I kept it hush-hush until like the announcement. And then like I was super like nervous about my mom and what she would say, but then it was amazing.
What did mom say?
Mom was like, you could have posed a little better.
Oh, whoa, the critic comes out.
Maybe we see her next year.
Oh, yes.
Leave it to an African mom.
Yeah, and so you've done this 4 times. Who is the biggest critic typically in your life? That's like,
it's mom.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's funny how they have a way of just like cutting right to it, don't they?
The shade.
The shade.
Exactly.
It's supportive shade.
They know what to say. It's just just the look, like.
It's like what they don't say, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's even more just, okay, all right. Sports Illustrated actually flew you back to your home country of Kenya for the shoot. You lived in a refugee camp in Kenya until you were 7 years old, right? Mm-hmm. What did it mean for you to go back in this way for this kind of project?
So for me, the first time I went back was for TED Talk, and it was back with UNICEF, so it was back to the refugee camp. The second time with Sports Illustrated, it was like beautiful beaches and Watamu, so totally like very contrasting, but it was incredible because I got to go back to Kenya where I was born.
When you're originally from.
What was the reception like?
Yeah, in Kenya.
Oh my God, the kids serenaded us. I know.
What else? Tell me more.
We sang Jumbo, the team, like we memorized that like Swahili song. It was incredible. Yeah.
Oh, that must
the crew was
I'm
amazing.
sure it's
Can't
very
wait to see your video.
It's a lot of screaming. I will give you a heads up.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, Barbara, as you mentioned, you're a pro. You're not a newbie at this.
Say that.
Yes, you did.
We're saying it for you.
I'm saying that. You are a pro. Now, so I want to know, since this isn't your first go-around, what has changed for you now that you're appearing in the issue again?
I was definitely more nervous the first year, and I was definitely younger. So I just tried to be sexy, and I feel like now I'm more confident and more grown-up, so you can see an actual grown-up woman.
Yeah. Where were you shooting? Where was this?
That's a grown-up woman.
That's a grown-up woman?
That's so sexy.
Wait, where was this?
Costa Rica.
Oh, wow. So what was the takeaway? I mean, you're obviously working. Did you have any fun days, fun moments when you're not working in Costa Rica? What did you guys do?
I mean, we had to wake up pretty early, like 5 a.m. cold time.
It's a rigorous schedule, isn't it?
Yeah, to catch the sunrise. But I would get a massage in every day.
Okay.
Oh, so that's how you look like that. It's the massage.
You get the daily
Yeah,
massage.
it's all
We're going to
about
get to the diet,
massages.
but it's all about the massage.
Let's talk about this. Halima, the infamous Yusai. Did I say it right?
Yes,
Yusai. He
Yusai.
photographed you. Known to kind of can be challenging, tough, right? Knows what
The
needs
right
to
angles.
happen, knows the right angles. How did he challenge you during the shoot?
We were sore for 3 days, me
Really?
and Denise, who was my manager, so that shows you how like intense it was.
Wow, that's incredible.
But
What
he
was
got the
telling you to
best
do?
shots.
What was he telling you, like a lot of physicality?
Yeah, well, it was a water shoot, and sometimes I feel like people think it's water, it's easy, but it's a lot of muscles because you're like really.
And you're in the sand, so you don't really have a good balance, and with the waves.
Oh, right.
pushing
And the
you, so
water.
You're having to do some wild moves.
It's like holding
balancing.
a plank for the whole day.
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh, that's how they stay fit.
would-
I'm writing all
I
of
would
these tips
not-
down. Massage.
Next time you
and
go
take photos
down
in the
to the
water. That's how
beach.
you
Yeah.
do it. Okay, so Barbara, you walked in the Victoria's Secret show last year. What's the biggest difference between modeling for Victoria's Secret and modeling for SI?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's totally different brand, and SI comes out once a year, and Victoria's Secret is a yearly brand. More work.
But the process is still the same, I'm sure. Is the process different for getting ready for these shoots, right? Or getting ready to walk the runway?
Well, VS is more like a lifestyle, like being a Victoria's Secret angel is becoming your life. So you try to create a daily routine, and for SI, and for the show, like you specifically do maybe more workout or
to amp up for
even more vegetables.
I'm gonna write down all these.
Same.
Halima, you've broken so many barriers in the fashion world. What do you hope to continue to do moving forward to represent Muslim women in the world of fashion?
Well, this was a huge first step. Again, like being in SI was huge, wearing a burkini, wearing a hijab, but then also Barbara, like the caliber of women that shoot for SI, Tyra Banks, Ashley Graham, like I'm just so honored to be in this mix of women, and I honestly can't even begin to think what tomorrow's gonna be like.
Oh wow, you've earned it.
Kind of same amount of interviews.
Listen to the pro, I'm calling it again. All right, so speaking of barriers, we've covered this on the show, Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, Miss America, they're all black women. And I know that you are a former
pageant
You're a pageant girl. Same, I'm a pageant girl, African.
Pageant girl here
I
too.
love that, yes.
Not a pageant. Dude.
Yeah,
did you do pageants?
Did you do pageants?
I'm Hungarian.
Yeah. We're gonna get her in. We're gonna get you in. It's not too late, but let's talk about this moment here for a second, Halima. As a pageant girl, what does it mean to you to see these three women sort of take the storm like this?
Well, incredible, but also to be in that mix of women, like 51. How do you even begin to pick one? But then, yeah, it's incredible. I'm like hair envy right here.
Yeah.
Beautiful curls. Yeah, it's super cute.
What does it say to you about the moment that we're having, that these three black women can hold these spaces at the same time?
That's incredible. Is this the first time that it's
This
happened?
is the first time
All
Miss Teen
three.
USA, Miss USA, and Miss America, all three of them are black at the same time. It's never happened in history.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
But, you know, again, just like, it's incredible.
It's incredible. I know, it's a breathtaking
incredible.
moment. Okay, Barbara, you told SI that being single for 6 years paid off since you found the perfect guy.
Yeah, that's...
Dylan Sprouse. When did
there he is.
Yes, there he is. You guys look so cute together. When did
Thank
you know that it was time to make things exclusive?
The first minute we met.
Yeah,
Really? Was
really?
that at first sight?
Yeah, like I kind of flew to China to see him just after talking for 3 months.
So, Barbara, this was the first
Yeah.
date. You flew to China.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, so you had already been chatting?
Yeah.
Somehow, DMs or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And then it was like, all right, I'm going to see you for the first time. And
I
I'm
was
coming
supposed to work in China, and then they canceled the job, and I was like, do you think that's crazy that I still want to go and see you? Because I was so excited, and he's like, please come.
Wow.
And yeah.
Well, that's really
For a
incredible.
month, he was like, asked me to be exclusive, and I was like, no, I gotta get to know you more.
Good for you.
And I was like, okay, let's do it.
So what finally changed for you? What made you want to be exclusive with him?
Well, because I just sat down, took a deep breath, and I'm like, what am I waiting for? Like, there's no other guy I would love more than I love him, and he's got everything that I need, and
he checks all the boxes.
Well,
yeah,
one
he
thing
does.
he doesn't have, according to a recent post on Insta, is
I don't
hair
like
on
this
his
already.
head. He's got
She said, I
the, you don't like? Where are you going with this? No, he looks like he kind of buzzed the hair a little
He's still
bit.
got hair, okay? He's not bald.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
all
so
right.
what are your thoughts on
Yeah,
this
what do
look,
you-
though? What are you
He
thinking?
looks so sexy.
So wait, did he tell you he was gonna do this, or was this
Yeah,
sort
actually,
of a surprise?
the last time he cut his hair shorter already, he was supposed to buzz it. And he's like, I chickened out, baby. I just cut it short. And I'm like, okay, well, next time. And then now his dad cut it for him.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys look amazing together.
do. You
And
look
glad you
great.
went to China. It worked out. It was
Yes.
all worth the trip.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to switch gears here for a second. There's no question that you guys look super duper nice in your pictures. What health or fitness plans did you use sort of leading up to the shoots? We talked about massages, talked about vegetables. What else did you do?
I think you prepare like mentally also to go to this photo shoot, because SI wants you to show how you feel sexy. So it's your choice what you want to show in the pictures. So I kind of thought about it, how I feel right now, try to become more confident about myself, look into the mirror every day like, yeah.
Get confident. There's my look. There's my angle. There's my pose. I don't want to say that I do that every morning before the show, but maybe I do.
That's
all
how
right.
it works, right?
We're going to keep this interview going with a little game. It's called Sink or Swim, ladies. You already know about this. We talked about it a little bit. There's your little paddles. It's a yes or no game. We'll have a couple scenarios for you. You have to tell us whether you would be down for that or not, all right? If the scenario feels like something that you would do,
nervous.
you show us your swim poster.
Whoa, you
if
got
it's
it.
something you would not do, you would show us your sink poster, okay?
Are we ready?
You got it? All
They
right,
are ready with the
starting
posters.
out easy. Here
yeah.
we go.
All right, I'm going to start with the first one. Skydive, sink or swim?
Swim. Have you done it?
No.
Oh, but you would. You're up for
Do
it. All right.
Okay, ideas for the next shoot?
Maybe we already have an answer for this.
Yeah.
Slide into the DMs.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yes.
Okay, yeah?
Wait, what is it? Is it swim?
It's work related.
Okay.
Oh, if it's work related. Oh, if it's romance.
In the past, in your past life.
I actually been always against it.
Okay, you've always been
been against
I'm
it?
an old soul. I
Okay.
feel like that's not the way to meet people.
Oh, I like
fair
that.
enough.
All right.
Here's a fun one. Participate in a pie eating contest. Would you do it? Sink or swim?
Yes.
Swim. Yes.
It wouldn't be a competition if I would do
Oh, really?
Oh,
What
bring
would
in
be-
the pies.
What would be the choice? But yeah, just so happens we have a bunch of pies.
Yeah.
Here.
Right.
What are you like? Cherry pie, apple apple pie? What do we think?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. Really?
Halima's like, no. Yeah.
What was that?
That's, by the way, that's Dylan's favorite too, and that's how I put him an exclusive sign on
Okay, got it. All right, we got room for two more.
Yeah.
Delete social media for a week. Would you be about that or not about that, Swim? Kind of take a break?
Technically, yes.
Yeah. But hard to do it.
For a week.
I don't have my phone broke, so I'm technically doing that.
Are you?
Oh, really?
Like
So
it's
you're
a
not keeping
forced
up with the
break.
comments? There's nothing, you can't see anything on social media?
Yeah, but then I have Libby's phone, so.
Let me tell you something. Your accounts are going to be blowing up when you get the phone back. All right, last one. Here we go.
All right, here's the last one. Pursue an acting career, sink or swim.
And you were in Hercules briefly, right?
Right.
So you've already got it.
Yes.
You already got it going.
But Halima
These are
has
trick
a
questions, so
sink-
we can bring
Wait,
that up.
Do you have a sink or swim, Halima? Are we doing acting?
I see how I do with modeling, and I'm like,
no. Okay, so it's a sink. It's a sink. Come on, it's a swim.
It's a swim. It's a swim
Barbara
for both
has
of you. There
got
you go.
the
There you go.
swim.
Ladies, thank you. Barbara, Halima, thank you for being here. Guys, you can see more of Barbara and Halima's photo shoots at si.com/swimsuit. And the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue is on newsstands right now. Check it out.
For better or worse, Crocs are now available for weddings.
It's the worst.
Yes, that's right, you guys. Etsy user Princess Pumps has made Starlight sequin crystal Crocs for brides.
All right, they're being sold for about $100, which isn't too terrible when you think about how expensive weddings run overall. They're mixed reviews on the Crocs in general. They are a very polarizing shoe,
I
to
mean,
be
I
honest.
get it, but on the day of your wedding, I guess I understand that weddings tend to be stressful for brides, so adding in some comfort in the shoe department might not be such a bad idea. That way you can really break it down on the day.
Well, here you go. If you don't want the traditional white wedding Croc, Princess Pumps also offers rainbow, blue, silver, red, and even camo sequined Crocs.
Camo sequined. I would like to see that.
Something for everyone.
Absolutely. One Twitter user found out about the new sparkly shoes and tweeted, just found out bridal Crocs were a thing, and for that reason, I will be getting married. Just that reason only, Alyssa.
There you go. Another fan of the idea said 110% wearing wedding Crocs during my reception, and no one can stop me. Sorry, future husband.
Another user that was not on board with the Croc trend tweeted, the next person that sends me the link to those bridal Crocs will be gently escorted out of my life. I'm still on the fence, Jeremy. I don't know. Have you made your mind up yet? Would
I can
Tara
see
be
it like
allowed to wear?
reception.
Yeah.
No, I can't. She's gonna do what she wants
She's
to
gonna-
do. My wife is gonna do what she wants.
mhm.
But if the dress were long enough, you don't see them.
I'm like, no, I'm edging towards no.
I don't know. All right, while we're talking about bridal Crocs, let's check in on our people poll. We've been asking if you would wear Crocs to your wedding.
Let's see what the people poll is saying. 74% are saying no, leave those at home. I'm in that 74%. I think I've finally decided that I am there.
I'm there
But
too.
guys, keep on voting in our people poll. Now let's move on to this.
It's get closer, closer, closer to you.
All right, there we go. A very quick listen to Carly Pearce's latest hit, Closer to You. Also, very excited to be joined by the lady now, Carly. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Crocs or no Crocs at the wedding?
I was just thinking about that. I would have to say no Crocs.
Yeah, right?
No.
To bring down the look.
It does. It just doesn't feel bright.
Even if the dress covered the feet, would it just change the mindset?
Yeah, I think I would rather do like Converse if you really wanted to do something comfortable.
Okay, I got it. See,
Converse
this
could
is
be
the stuff you knew you'd be talking about today.
And she is ready. You know what else she's ready for? You just announced the nominees for the CMT Awards on the Today Show, and your own video, Closer to You, is up for Female Video of the
Congratulations.
Year.
Thank
Congrats,
you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be nominated with so many amazing female artists?
This is all I ever wanted to do. So just to see my name amongst people that I love so much, Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert, my friends, Kelsey Ballerini, Maren Morris, just to be one of those girls in that female category just feels amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we were just at the CMA Awards, and there's just such a family feeling among country artists. You and others have all talked about that, and you could really sense it, that everyone's excited just to be nominated together, and it's just this group thing. Anyway, your fiance, Michael Ray,
Yes.
has a cameo in the music video.
He does.
Let's just talk about having him on set. What's the dynamic? Is it like, hey, listen, I'm calling the shots here.
It's about me.
What's the vibe?
You know, it was really fun. We had never done anything really together in that capacity, but he was so fun and it felt so natural, and
That's great.
It's nice to both do the same thing, and he's an artist as well, so he's made music videos.
I really feel like you guys have such a great chemistry. There's just this level of respect it feels like you have for each other as artists, separate from the relationship vibes.
We are really big fans of each other. We've been friends for 5 years, and I was a fan of his music, he was a fan of mine,
Yeah.
and we really do respect each other as singers, songwriters, and just as business people. So it's really fun.
It's a beautiful thing.
And by the way, it was the ACM Awards that we were just at. But the CMA, we were at the CMAs as well. The ACMs were just recent.
Just for point of clarification.
Yeah,
how do you plan on celebrating this amazing new nomination you have?
Oh my gosh, well, I leave tomorrow to head on weekend number 2 of my Ride All Night Jason Aldean Kane Brown tour.
Yep.
So my fiance gets to come out all weekend, so maybe we'll celebrate there.
So what does he do when he's out with you? Is he kind of watching you from the sidelines? Is he back at the hotel?
He jokes and says he's side stage fiance. So. But everybody loves him in Jason's band, Michael's band, or Kane's band. So everybody's always like, "When's Michael coming?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm on this tour."
What's the tour been like so far? I mean, what's the vibe been?
It's awesome. Jason's fans are awesome. Jason is amazing. Kane is blowing up and probably one of the biggest artists in our format right now. So it's really fun.
You guys had
Looks like a fun time.
tour.
Yeah, absolutely. What is something that we would be surprised to learn about Jason Aldean's tour or his tour habits?
Has he got like a weird pregame or something like that he has to do?
Well, this is only weekend 2, but I've been told by Kane that he likes to play games and maybe kickball is in my future.
Oh, really?
My band, yeah. Like I guess they do like little leagues, and he was like, "You got to do it. He's gonna want you to do it."
Wait, so he's a big kickball guy. Are you
into
traditionally good at this, or
no,
not a kickballer?
Very not good at kickball, but I'm gonna give it my best effort.
Okay.
Well, if he likes games, you can teach him something new. How about that? Yeah.
Let's talk about this. You posted something on April 30th. I want to ask you about. The caption reads, "Feels like a good day to finish CP2." Ooh. Last time you were here, you teased more love songs. Now that the album's done, what else can you tease? I mean, it's over, right? Like, it's done.
It's almost finished, but I know all the songs on it. And there's a lot of love. There's some heartbreak. Not a lot, but
a little bit.
There's
some heartbreak.
Yeah, definitely. Some apologies, some women empowerment.
What are we apologizing for?
Maybe I hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Is
that really is something?
It really is, and I've tried to figure out, do I want to share this? Do I not? And it's a part of my story, and I really was brutally honest with my first record, and I want to do the same.
So that's what I wanted to know about the first record. How will this album be different from that first record that you did?
I think it's just an extension, diving deeper into my story, diving deeper into who I am as a person, what's been going on in the last few years for me. So much of my life has changed.
Yeah. When it comes to that apology and having the reservations about, do I want to put this out there, was that scary to make the decision, yes, I do? And why did you decide, I'm going to do it?
It was scary, but I think it's an important part of the story for me. And it's an important part, I think, for women and people in general, just to understand you don't have to settle in a relationship, and maybe breaking away from that will bring you to exactly where you need to be, which for me in my love life was meeting Michael. And I think I just wanted to be honest, and it was just too much of a big part of my life and a part of this chapter of my life of getting me to where I am now that I couldn't not include it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strength and vulnerability.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, we have to ask all about the wedding planning. How much is done? Is anything done? Is it all done? Is it all done?
All of it's done.
Yeah, so it's all locked up, ready to go.
Pretty much. I think we probably have like loose ends, but I'm so not a bride by nature.
Bridezilla type,
no, I'm
whatever.
like, what do I need to do? I'm just gonna show up, make sure there's wine, good food, and I hope he shows up.
As long as he's there, you're good to go.
Those are the top 3 things. Do you have someone helping you out? Do you have a planner, or are you doing it all on your own?
My mom and I are doing it together. And
that's how it was for my wife and my mom. Actually, her mom bonded over that experience. That's kind of a great thing.
We never get to see each other anymore, and she's my best friend, and so it's just been so fun to get to do that with her.
So sweet. What's the one detail that you and mom had to get right when it comes to wedding planning?
Who's coming?
Oh, the guest list.
Invite a lot of people, and I'm like, Mama, no.
Let me tell you
this
something.
Budget. It won't allow.
Yeah, I'm like, Mom.
No, that was the hardest part. It's like, how do you?
guest
Well, if we said yes to them, we have to say yes to these 10 people, and then it just goes crazy.
And then she did it back to me, like, you gonna invite them? You gonna let? She's sassy. So you gonna invite all these people over here too? And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. It's hard.
And when the mom, it's like, hey, I've got to answer to these people if you don't invite them, right? Anyway, I understand.
Yes, I understand too.
Bill Cody going to be marrying you.
Yes.
Jake Owen singing for the first dance. I mean, this is like a star. Can it be a TV
Country
show,
wedding.
please?
Yes, a wedding special.
It should be the country
Like
wedding
the
special.
Bachelor wedding special.
Is everyone listening? Because this should it's not too
come
late.
on.
But how important was it for you to incorporate other members of the country community into this?
It's a big part of our lives. We're
Yeah.
both country artists, and we love Bill Cody so much, and it's somebody who knows both of us. And we fell in love in my kitchen talking about how much we love the Grand Ole Opry and country music. So he is an announcer for WSM Radio, so he felt very just right for that. And we love country music. That's what we listen to, and that song is perfect for us.
So it makes a lot of sense.
What song is Jake singing? Do we know?
It's called Made for You. It's on his new record.
Oh, cool.
So
yeah, cue the tears, get the tissue.
I know the tears are right there. Are we going to see any other familiar faces at the wedding?
Maybe. Yeah. You know,
I have a feeling there might be some.
It's a very small wedding, but you never know.
Yeah.
Then, okay, so we'll move on from the wedding in a second, but the first dance is always a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Are you the type, you two, that will go all out with a choreographed dance, and will it be to one of your songs? Do you know what I mean? Like.
No. I could see us
Absolutely not.
choreographing something after we've both drank like a bottle of wine and we want to dance to like Bruno Mars, but no, not to our songs.
Really? I think it would make sense.
It could be cute. I don't know. Whatever. All
right. Corny.
It's kind of corny. Okay, fair enough. All right, so you posted that you celebrated your birthday by booking your honeymoon. That is so awesome. That is a good birthday. What details can you give us on the honeymoon?
Ooh. Yeah. One of those bungalows. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, nice.
Like where I'm not going to leave and bring the drinks and the food to me, and I'm gonna lay out like this. Oh, I'm so excited.
Heaven on earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a really good birthday present.
You aren't married yet, but it's not going to stop us from trying to play the almost newlywed game with
Perfect.
you. You ready for
Okay,
this? We're
yes.
going to kind of see how you guys know each other. He's not here. Michael's not even here.
And we have a cool graphic. Look at that.
To speak for
You guys look
himself.
so cute.
The almost newlywed game. Here we go. Who spends more time on social media daily?
Me.
You, by far.
But he does. No, not by far.
Barely.
He does too. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, who is more likely to leave shoes out?
Him.
Yeah.
Leave everything out.
Clothes,
Is it a
shoes,
pet
everything.
peeve?
Maybe I'll pick them up and he'll be like, I got them. I'm like, no, you just saw me walking over to him.
Let me just tell you something. As an old married man, in the game for years now, you laugh right now like, oh, he leaves his shoes out. Super cute. Not long from now, that is going to be the point of like so much.
That's not
Put
the
your shoes
advice
on.
you give a newlywed.
No,
JP.
you need to know. All right, who's more likely to plan date night?
Me, I'm a planner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is funnier? Who has a sense of humor?
He's really funny.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't really know that yet, but ooh,
They're
he's
gonna
funny.
know.
Yeah.
Better driver.
Me.
Really?
Lie.
Again, he's not here to
I'm
defend
quicker
himself.
and more efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't defend himself.
I believe it. Who
Yeah.
fell in love first?
I think it was, we could tell you the moment. It's so
Oh, really?
What was the moment? Is it
Literally the first night that we hung out, we went to this place in Nashville called the Nashville Palace to listen to old school country, and he put his arm around me and we looked at each other, and I promise you, I went to my bus that night to get on tour, and I told my band I'm gonna marry Michael Ray.
Oh.
Whoa, and here it is.
Here it is.
Who's more likely to initiate, we'll call it sexy time.
I would say him, probably.
I'm not surprised.
That sounds about right.
That's a man, right?
Yes. Who is more likely to forget to text back?
Neither.
You
You
text
guys are
right
on
on
it.
time? You're on it?
Yeah.
Here's a tough one and an important one. Most likely to forgive the other person first in an argument.
Oh, him.
Yeah. He's learning. He's learning.
He's a good
quickly.
one.
A final one. Who's more stubborn? Is it you? Oh, at least you can admit it.
Oh, he's not stubborn. We're both Taurus, and I'm like, I took your Taurus stubbornness, and
Yeah.
you have none, so I've got double.
Yeah. Was there a recent situation where your stubbornness came out? Something most recent that you remember?
I think just he always will allow me to continue to think that I'm right, and then he'll just be like, yes.
You know what, Carly? That's a good man.
You know what I'm saying?
That is
Yeah,
a good
he's
man.
He picks his
I'm
battles.
sending him this tape just for reference. All of these things, the shoes, the arguments, all of it. It's so good. All right, Carly, thank you for being here.
Thank you
It's
for
so good to
having
catch up with
me.
you guys. Make sure to check out her song Closer to You is out right now, and you can vote for the CMT Awards on CMT.com. They air Wednesday, June 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Vote for her. Randy Travis suffered a massive stroke in 2013 that made it difficult for him to read, write, and even speak. But his wife, Mary, says the country singer hasn't ever seen himself as a victim.
In this week's issue of People, the couple are opening up about how they think,
I'm gonna
how they
love
keep
you.
things.
Randy Travis
Lee
suffered
is-
a massive stroke in 2013 that made it struggles. In an exclusive essay written for People, Lee writes that she isn't giving up on her dream to have a family. She says, quote, "I know a family will happen for us."
The 37-year-old Food Network star goes on to add, it's not just going to be as easy as we thought. We will keep working toward it. Someday we will have our happy new beginning.
Lee married husband Ryan Beigel in September 2018 and says their plan was to start a family right away. She thought getting pregnant would be magically simple, but then realized reproductive health is a, quote, different ballgame. Lee reveals their doctor eventually advised them to try IVF, but when even that didn't work, she admits that she broke down crying on the floor.
Yeah, she also writes that during all of this, she was getting messages on social media, all asking different variations of the same question. Are you pregnant yet? Why not? When? I think a lot of women can go through that. As soon as you get married, it's like have pressure for the first child and then the second child.
Really tough to deal with all of that, especially when you've gone through this. And she admits that while most people meant well, it was hurtful, especially when people commented that she might be pregnant once she started gaining weight. Now, Lee writes that this just reinforced the idea that it's not okay to comment on a woman's body ever because you never know what someone is going through.
Yes, never ask a woman if she is pregnant. So proud that she decided to share this moment. She also decided to share her struggles last month in an emotional Instagram post. Lee was touched by the compassion and love she got from friends and strangers after she revealed her infertility.
Lee says she's read similar infertility stories from many women online, and she wants to offer comfort to other couples experiencing the same struggles, sending her prayers for their own happy endings.
Absolutely. We wish Katie Lee the best of luck on this journey, and we admire her optimism.
All right, guys, coming up tomorrow, Real Housewives of Potomac star Monique Samuels is here live to dish on all the drama going down this season. She's even joining our Housewives recap to help comment on that weekly tea. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be piping hot. Plus, The Hustle is the comedy we need in our lives right now. So the stars, Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson, are playing Two Truths and a Lie, and it cracks us up every single time. Can't wait for that.
That's coming up.
Yes, thanks for watching. And for now, we leave you with one last thing from Marianne Renderone. Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Marianne Rendon, and this is One Last Thing. The last time I laughed so hard I cried is when I made my friend laugh over the phone and she told me that she shot coffee out of her nose. My last big splurge was my acoustic Gibson. The last TV show I binge watched was Fleabag.
You're not like other girls. You can keep up.
The last song stuck in my head was Silver Civic by Charlotte Cornfield.
When every silver civic was your car.